I can't hold 100 dice, and that's just, yeah.
Have you tried?
Should we try? This is Age of Empty Wallets. My name is Gabe.
And my name is DJ.
And we're going to be going over the basics of the 3rd edition of Age of Sigmar. Full description of the rules can be found in the core rules of either the General's Handbook or the core book. And instead of just teaching you how to play, I'm also going to be teaching DJ how to play. All right, so in order to play Warhammer, you're going to need some tools. You're going to need some things.
Okay.
You can't just buy a box that's got all the stuff for you. You got to go out and get it yourself. So one of those things is measurements. You're going to need a ruler or a tape measure. We like to use tape measures because you can do longer distances. Really, any tape measure works as long as it's in inches. So Warhammer is done in inches. So you're going to be measuring stuff on the table and all that fun stuff. There's also a little tool that we like to use called a gauge. So what a gauge does is it's got one side that's 3 inches, one side that's 2 inches, one side that's 1 inch, and the other side that is a 1/2 inch. Those are some pretty big measurements that you use pretty regularly. So it's nice to have something that can just be easily put on the table, especially when you're having to get in between models that have things sticking out everywhere. So now the second thing that you're going to need to play Warhammer is a 6-sided dice. So you can really use any 6-sided dice. I've just got some regular, white ones here with black dots.
Boring.
Yeah, super boring. But you will need lots of these. So you'll be rolling lots of dice depending on your army. So it's good to have.
How many, like as a ballpark, how do I need?
We usually like to have about 30 dice.
Jeez Louise.
Yes, it's a lot. But it really just depends. For me, I'm going to roll maybe 15 or 20 at a time. But there are other armies where you have lots more units and you could just have lots of dice you need to roll. So it's really safe. I actually like to have hundreds of dice on hand just in case. You never know. Sometimes you like to go crazy. We've got armies of 200.
You are not saying numbers I thought you were going to say.
Yeah, I mean, they're cheap. I mean, like 100 dice is about, I don't know, $12. So yeah, anyways, you're going to need the dice.
Empty wallets, as it were.
Yes, 6-sided dice. Need them, got to have them for everything.
500 6-sided dice.
Not 500,
Sorry,
just like 100.
30's fine.
30's fine. But
between 30 and 5,000 and 6-sided dice, you'll be fine.
There are different sizes of dice as well, so you can use little dice or you can use the regular size dice. Especially when you're playing on a table with a bunch of models, the smaller dice can be better. If you're wanting to, be able to read them easier, you have like a special spot where you roll dice, then I recommend the bigger ones.
Yeah, you guys have a dice box, right?
We do have a dice box.
That's
so we
cool.
roll in the dice box. But if you're rolling hundreds of dice at a time, you may want smaller ones because you can't really. I've got big hands, but I can't hold 100 dice, and that's just yeah.
Have you tried?
Should we try? Should we try to hold 100 dice? All right, let's do that. Getting dice.
Pause for dramatic effect. Now explain to me these dots on these dice.
Okay, we're not gonna do that. Hold the bag.
Okay.
I will hold my hands.
Want to do one at a time or just
No. Just try to pour. Just try to pour the dice. Okay, we've lost one. Okay.
We can do it. Just believe.
100 dice. This is how many you need to play Warhammer.
Don't forget the dice.
I'm being told to throw them everywhere, and I don't want to. Oh no.
Merry Christmas.
That was great. I'm gonna need you to count out 100. I'm gonna lose my mind.
One.
That was delightful. Look at the whole team is 5 wings of dice.
Gabe was so charismatic that whole time, and then the minute he made the motion, he goes, I don't think I want to.
I found 20.
Dice. Find my dice.
I have 26 here.
Oh.
Okay, no dice in the plants.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. I'm missing 1 dice. There was 1 dice that went over here, so I'm wondering if there's more. There it is!
You got it?
It was inside of here.
I'm so sorry.
Now that you have enough dice, you're gonna need 2 books. One of them I recommend, the other one you're absolutely gonna need. One of them is the General's Handbook. You're gonna need that for battle plans as well as some rules that are in there to help you play. And then the next one is your Army's Battle Tome. The Army Battle Tome will tell you about your army, the Warscrolls for your army, everything you need to know about your army. If you don't have your Battle Tome, you really can't play it. So you wanna make sure you have that.
So Battle Tome is necessary.
Battle Tome is absolutely necessary.
Okay. Well, how long do you think it would take me to read the book? Not this one.
The Battle Tome.
This is necessary. The Battle Tome.
The Battle Tome.
Battle Tome was the other book.
So the Battle Tome will have most of its like lore, if you're into that stuff. And then the rest of the book, it's about 20-30 pages per battle tome of how to play your army, which is, it's not really like reading the book. It's not like rules. It's more of like building out your army, which we'll go over, but it's kind of pieces that you can put together and all that fun stuff.
But like 20 to 30 pages.
20-30 pages.
That's not terrible. I could do that.
It's pretty easy.
I thought it was way more than that.
No, yeah.
More dice than I thought, but less reading.
And then the last and final tool that you'll need are your actual models. You cannot play Warhammer without models.
Oh no.
I know. Now that you have your tools to play, we're gonna go over the flow of a battle.
Normally 5 rounds with 6 phases. Each turn.
It was like 48 or 40 or I say 48. But I'm pretty sure it's French. There's
I am already confused.
Perfect. I'll say that again then. See? This is why we need you. The flow of a game is usually 5 rounds.
Okay.
Each person gets a turn in each round. So that would be, I would get 5 turns, you get 5 turns, but we alternate.
Okay.
And each turn will have 6 phases. And in each phase, you'll do something different. So the 6 phases are the hero phase, the movement phase, the shooting phase, charging phase, the combat phase, and then the battle shock phase.
Okay.
And after one person has gone through all 6 of those, it will then go to the next person. And then after both of us,
so once you've gone through all of those, that's one round.
that's one turn,
One turn.
and then it goes to the next person
Okay.
to do their turn, and that's one round.
Okay. I'm there.
Yep.
6 phases.
Yep.
So I take a turn and I do 6 phases.
Yep.
And then you take a turn and then you do your 6 phases.
Yep.
And that is one round.
That's one round.
I did it. I'm learned.
Sweet.
Let's play.
Well, we're not there yet, Sonny.
Oh.
Just hold on. So another big piece of Age of Sigmar is units and war scrolls. So a unit is a group of models or a singular model. A group of models would need to be all of the same. So example, these 5 blood letters would be a unit of blood letters.
Okay.
And the rules say that you can have a unit of blood letters, actually 10. We have 5 here, but you can have, there's supposed to be 10 of them.
It's
in a
aesthetically
unit,
pleasing.
right? Here we have a zombie dragon, and that is also considered a unit. But this unit is only allowed to have 1 model.
He is a unit.
He is a unit.
An absolute unit.
Each unit will have a war scroll, and on the war scroll we'll have a bunch of different things. First we have wounds. That's how much health they have. It's an easy one for that. Movement is how far they can move in inches. Then you'll have the save, which means how well they can defend against an attack. Then they will have bravery, which is how brave they are once their army is getting attacked and everybody's dying.
Okay.
You will also have their attacks, which have an attack sequence. So you will see what they can do in the combat or shooting phase and how to make sure that damage hits with rolls. And we'll go over that. And then you also will have descriptions about the unit that include abilities and command abilities. So abilities are just kind of like what this unit can do that's special about them. Maybe they have a cloak that's got skulls on it and it gives them a better save, or they have a gaping maw which allows them to do stupid amounts of damage.
So different units
Yep.
have like different special abilities, essentially.
Most of them do. Some of them don't have any special abilities, but most of them do.
So I want to find out which ones have really sick special abilities so that I win.
Potentially.
So if they don't have a special ability, then I should not get them, is what you're saying.
Well, there's a little bit of strategy to that, right?
Okay.
Because it is a war game, right?
A little saucy.
You can't have just all good guys on the table. You got to have a little bit of cannon fodder, right?
Wow, you're getting into some moral ambiguity there.
Just saying.
We're gonna define each phase, right?
Perfect,
Because
yes.
you told me what they are, but
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
like shooting phase, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
that sounds great.
Yeah.
Can't wait to get
We're
there.
gonna go. That's the whole video.
The shooting phase
Right.
by itself is a whole video.
Yes. Each phase will be.
How many of these are we doing?
The last thing on a war scroll you're gonna need to know are the key words. So they're written at the bottom. They're kind of just like, it'll say hero or monster or something like that. What is your question?
Where do I get the war scroll?
In your battle tome.
So it'll be war scrolls in the battle tome.
Yes.
Okay,
Battle tome will
great.
have everything about your army.
Okay.
Yep, so all of your war scrolls for each unit in the army will be at the back of the battle tome. There are also sometimes edits to your war scrolls in the errata, but that we won't confuse you with that. That's
Errata.
not. Yeah, it's-
I've erased that from my memory already. Errata is a word. I
take
don't
that in
know.
your brain and go. So keywords are important because they will tell you certain things about that unit that a rule may reference. So a rule may say a totem can do this. So if your unit has the keyword of totem, that applies to your unit.
Okay.
So each one there's many different keywords. There's tons of them. So they're usually bolded in the rules, which make it a lot easier to remember.
That's how I know that things are keywords in anything that I read, is that they're bolded.
Yes, bold.
Thank you, Age of Sigmar, for bolding words.
Bolded words brought to you by
books.
The last basic that you're gonna need to know are command abilities. So command abilities, like you were saying, sometimes you wanna pick units that have really good abilities.
Yep.
So command abilities are gonna be not only in your war scroll, they'll also be in the core rules, and they will also be in your battle tome in different areas.
So they're everywhere.
They're everywhere.
You can't miss them.
But the difference.
So why do you forget them all the time? Roasted.
The difference between abilities and command abilities is abilities just happen. Command abilities you must spend command points on.
So wait, so you have to command a command ability to happen.
Yes.
It's in the name, folks.
In the name. Command points you will get through just the game itself. There are also other times you'll get command points, we'll go over that. But you must spend a command point to make a command ability.
How many command points do you get? Command points.
It depends. We'll go over that in the hero phase video as well as the setup video.
Look at that. Keep you on the hook. 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 Dangling in front of you.
There are units, right? We talked about units. They have keywords, right? Some of those keywords are heroes. So a hero can automatically use command abilities. They have the ability to use those abilities, right? Because they're heroes.
Yes.
So they can use them. There's also your general. So you'll pick a general in your army. They can use command abilities. Anything with the keyword of totem can also use command abilities. And then the last one, this one's a little confusing. So each unit, like these blood letters here, have
but times 2.
But 10 of them, has a champion. So the champion is distinguishedly marked. This one in particular has...
It's this guy, right?
No. That's the banner. So he's got thicker horns. He's actually in the front there. So he's got thicker horns. And so he's what's called a champion. Champions can also use command abilities now. So if you've ever played 2.0, that wasn't a thing. It is now in 3.0. He doesn't have a command ability. He can use command abilities. He can make a command, essentially. So this unit doesn't have a command ability on their war scroll, but there are command abilities that you can use in different phases, which I'll talk about in those phase videos on when they can do them and what they do. Those are the basics to Age of Sigmar's 3rd edition. We hope you liked it. Please comment, like, and subscribe the video. Don't subscribe the video, subscribe the channel. Yeah. Also follow us on Instagram and join our Discord.
I feel like I learned a lot today.
Yeah. Get ready. That's the first part.
What?